That is not good. I'm just playing around with some settings right now, so this is not a finalized thing. Christ, that text is tiny. Alright. I'm just playing around with some stream settings right now because I think I reinstalled my computer like over the holiday break and I'm still in the process of doing it. So this is all perhaps not quite right. So yeah, this is me just testing out stream settings and such. So it's not that I'm not going to play Bayonetta 3. I will be playing Bayonetta 3 later tonight, I believe, but I may as well just play something to test my stream settings. So, stick around for maybe just a quick one. The audio is super quiet. No, I have not checked out this debug mode thing. I have heard a little bit about it though, so it does sound pretty neat. I'm playing around with a lot of things at the moment, so audio is really quiet. Yeah, let's... I was not expecting to get viewers at this time of day, to be honest. Do I have my saved? Oh, I do! I thought I would have to start afresh. Huh. I don't even remember what this save file is for. I have not finished Bayonetta 3, in case people are still asking about that. I think from the last stream, which was, I think, maybe around the end of November or so, people in the chat told me I was like maybe a third or a quarter of the way through the game. So still very much trying to avoid spoilers now, although, you know, I don't care too much about that, to be honest. But yeah, I'm just here trying to play... Oh god. I'm just gonna try things out. The game is pretty quiet. I have set up some things at the moment. I will eventually get around to that debug thing. I just have not... It's not like the first thing I thought of when I reinstalled my computer was, oh man, I gotta reinstall Bayonetta and also install this. So I'm playing around with the audio ducking settings. I don't know whether I've got them quite right just yet. So please let me know. This is just a standard thing, right? I go through and just like test out screen settings. Hold on a sec. I thought that was what I had it in. Perhaps I need to tweak this a little bit. Okay. Playing around with shit at the moment. It does not appear to be working. It's working for me, so this is really strange. Yeah, this is exactly why I have to test everything. That appears to still be quite loud. The entire purpose of me doing this. It doesn't seem to be working. Is that right? So here's what I should really try doing, is just playing some music or whatever and talking over it. And it did seem like it was working for me, but I don't know whether that's actually doing it. Perhaps this needs to be this, maybe? Alright, let's try that. I think I got the hang of it now. But now you can't hear anything from the looks of it. No, there is nothing coming through now. Where is this? What am I doing? This needs to go back. I was hoping this would work. Put that back. Okay. There's the audio that I can hear. Apparently you folks cannot hear it. Is it this one? Frickin' audio, man. It's the bane of my life. Oops. No, that's not happening either. What the heck? The only one that appears to work is this, which is not what I want. So annoying. A1 is that, and got the right one. Freaking telling me this auto ducking is not working. It appears to be quite loud. See, what I'm expecting to see is when I speak, this audio should be quieter than my voice. And it's really strange because it's working for the my output, but it's not working here. This is not working the way I want it to. Frickin' voice meter. Me trying to be smart. It's not cool. Yeah, so I'll explain what I'm trying to do, right? So there's this thing called audio ducking, which is basically when I hit a certain level of audio, I want some other audio stream to reduce in volume or gain or whatever. Basically so that there's, so I can speak over very loud scenes and still be heard, essentially. Loud compared to voice. So that's what I tried to set up, and I had thought I got it working. And I need to have access to YouTube music here. I'm just gonna play some music, because that will just probably be easier at this point. Okay, so I'm just gonna play some music. Something appropriate. This is not the full. This appears to be a. But now, oh fuck me, it's not happy with that. I would have thought it'd be this. So I'm just gonna talk random shit while I try to troubleshoot this. So you folks have tuned in for a really interesting stream, I'll tell you that much. And I'm gonna try and keep talking now, otherwise this audio is gonna like envelope my voice. There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try that. Rip everyone's ears indeed. Okay, so that's not working. So I gotta use that. What the shit? This is some meme nonsense. I don't know what's going on here, because this isn't working the way I wanted it to. Hmm. One, two, three, four, five. Why is this not working, folks? I know it's a rhetorical question here because I don't expect people to be able to help me out with this at the very moment. At the very moment. Yeah. I wonder if this is. Maybe that. Let's give that a go. Yeah, there's nothing coming out there. That's strange. There is no audio. This is quite odd indeed. What happened though? So what happened was I reinstalled my computer and I'm rubbish, as evidenced by my YouTube channel. I am rubbish at audio. Digital output. That doesn't seem to be working either. Yes, it is the afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock. Nothing's coming through on A2. That work? Okay, so apparently I am getting something out there, but that's not working. What the fuck? Hmm. Unfortunately, there's like a whole bunch of music here in this OST playlist, and it's just all the good shit, and not like any of the ambient stuff. It's a bit harder to tell what it is. Oh hey, wow! Everyone is tuning in for possibly the worst stream in existence. I'm very sorry, everyone. Like, nothing's coming out there. Nope. The only audio that is coming out is through the speakers, which is what I'm getting, I think. Technical difficulties are life. Tell me about it. What the fuck am I using again? Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit at least. And this is an OBS, so this is not working the way that I want it to work. Where else can this go, huh? Nope. This hasn't worked the way I wanted it to work. But I can make it work, which is probably the key thing here. Wonder if I need to reset stuff. Hold on a sec. Let me just restart everything? No, okay. I don't know what this virtual input is. Nope. I don't know what it is about audio that makes me, like, just completely not understand what I'm doing. It's quite frustrating, though. It's just baffling. Okay, this is... Okay, I tried to explain what I was doing. I think I kind of got... I had a half-formed thought there. I was trying to explain auto-ducking. So I've got Voice Meter, which is effectively kind of like a software version of like audio mixing, basically, that allows you to, you know, take different channels and stuff, or, you know, with audio cables and everything, virtual audio cables, which I haven't even dug into. basically allows you to mix certain tracks together to get the output you want, right? So for instance, if I wasn't streaming, at the moment it works really well, which is when I speak, the background audio, which is just whatever the desktop audio is, will be reduced by about 20 dB, which is really good because it means like I don't get my ears blasted off, unlike you guys. So I would have expected that's how it worked for you guys too, but it does not appear to work that way. Audio struggles indeed. Yeah. So the problem is now that what works for me without streaming doesn't appear to be working for the chat. So luckily, Toby, it's not blasting everyone's ears intentionally. It's it's just not working the way I'm expecting it to, and perhaps I just need to reset my computer so it could like maybe take the settings on correctly. I don't know. Like in the software world, resetting, turning it off and on again is generally a good way to start troubleshooting it. But basically, what's working for me without streaming is not working for the stream, and it's really frustrating because I would have thought that my virtual input would be okay. But when I put in the virtual input, it does not do it. Even though from what I can see on the dashboard that the virtual input is being, auto-ducked correctly. So who the hell knows? So there's that problem. I was hoping this was all going to work amazingly and I'd be like, yes, this is the stream setup for me now. I don't need to... You're okay with restarting it? Well, I'm not even sure if that's going to work, to be honest. Because yeah, right now it's quote-unquote working because I've reduced the sound in OBS to not murder your ears. But if I were to not, change the gain at all, it's way too loud. Like it's probably just barely drowning out my voice, which is not what I want to do. Or perhaps I need to reduce the gain even further. But I also want to be able to hear the damn game, so there's a freaking problem here. Oh god. How do buttons work? I hate going between Nintendo and Xbox. It really fucks me up sometimes. Did I complete Bayo 3? No. I think the last time I streamed Bayo 3 was end of November, and I will eventually get back to it. Probably later today. This is just meant to be a test sort of thing. So folks, you're gonna have to tell me whether the game audio is fine, because I really don't have any clue. This is barely quiet. Does that work for people? I think from the looks of it. So the problem with this now is the game audio is possibly a little bit too quiet for me. But maybe it just means I should shut up and not speak. And of course, I'm going to have to tweet this again when I go to streaming off of my capture card. Oops. What happened to the Bayo 3 stream? I'm working myself up to it is what I'm doing. Because changing platforms is always going to make differences. But yeah, at the moment, the game audio is possibly a little bit too quiet for my liking. But maybe we can play around with that. Thought I stopped because the game didn't feel right. Well, it would be very easy to think that I stopped playing because of that. But no, it's just because December was extremely busy for me. And my household got improved internet. So we slightly changed our internet setup. And I think if people tuned in for that very brief stream where the game was super choppy because I was trying to stream over a Wi-Fi connection and the Wi-Fi did not like effectively. That was the last time I tried to stream, and then since then I have just been way too busy because, you know, it was December. December is a really busy time socially, and I did not have the energy to do all these things. So yes, that's the explanation for that last stream. So now I've fixed it, god damn it, by just using a cable connection. Which has always been the solution actually. I've always streamed, whenever I had to stream, with a cable connection. It's just this time we had to get a new cable because the old cable was fucked, basically. Etsy store was busy, but no, I wouldn't say any busier than usual. It only got really busy during the lead up to Bayo 3 because everyone was ordering shit out of the wazoo. And it has picked up again because they've restocked very, very popular items. So yeah, that has been the last, what was it? I'd say 6 weeks or so since I last streamed. So that's the reason why. And I'm only doing this now because I am technically right now unemployed. I'm in between jobs. I won't be starting until next 2 Mondays from now. Bitch. I say technically unemployed. I'm not actually unemployed. I quit my job and I'm starting a new job in a week. So it's totally fine. Thank you for the condolences though. Oh man. And the worst part about streaming this time of the year, so it's summer right now. I don't know where you guys are from. You're probably from North America. It's summer in Australia. It's really warm. My room is also on the north side of the house, which again, for people in the northern hemisphere, is weird. In the southern hemisphere, the sun is always in the north, right? So even as it rises and sets, the sun is in the north. So the north is where you get the most sun. It's the south it's the south in the northern hemisphere. So my room is on the northern aspect of my house, and it gets really, really warm. And today is like 30 something degrees. Yes, I am baking right now, and that's with an aircon on. So my hands are really unpleasantly sweaty right now. No! It's always scary when you go in the air and with these guys. Have I got blinds? I do have blinds, actually. I do have blinds, but they're not the side that block out the sun. Basically, my house, this room gets very warm, which is good in winter and not great in summer. So disgusting. Yeah, so that's the explanation for everything. I think at the moment the audio is just about right for me. So I'm hoping when I stream Bayo 3 later today, it will be minimal issues. Anyway, I think I've done my little thing here. How was everyone's Christmas and New Year? I hope everyone had a good break. Whiffed there. Oh damn. Sorry to hear you had a bad break. I did briefly hear about this really, really bad code snap the US had. It did sound pretty awful. Damn, sorry to hear that, crazy fan. To be honest, the more I hear about the US health system, the more I think I'm really lucky to not have to deal with that. Not to say that the Australian health system is any better. It's just better by comparison. Oh, Australia. Well, forgive me for the assumption there, because the majority of the time people are from the US. So interestingly, in case you can't tell, I don't really stay up to date with what's happening in the video game lands. So when the video game awards happened last month, I didn't really hear anything about it until I saw some like inevitable fan art of said game. This Bayonetta Origins game. I have no opinion about it, to be quite honest. I find it's very interesting they're gonna be making like a spin-off game for Bayonetta. It's strange. Serious. Should avoid watching the Origin trailer. Okay, so it assumes people really blasted through Bayo 3, hey? Because the plot is so compelling. Like, stylistically, it looks very interesting, is from what I can remember anyway. But that's about all I really recall of the game, so I really can't say much about it until I actually bother to look more into it. Did I just phase through that hole? That should have hurt me. Oh, didn't phase through that one. doing this from Mexico. Damn. Looks like the game they wanted to make instead of Bayo 3, which is an interesting, interesting thing to say. All I have seen is maybe like some snippets that would have been posted by the Nintendo accounts on the hellhole that is Twitter. Kermit Baby's a gag from The Simpsons, which I am not familiar with. My boyfriend continually laments my inability to understand like popular culture references like that. What time will the Bayo 3 stream be later today? I'm going to say around in maybe 6 hours or so. This is assuming, by the way, that the game, like the streaming issues or the amazing audio issues that have had this stream have been fixed, which I feel like they have, but I could be wrong. The game could stand to be maybe a little bit louder for me. But apart from that, it looks okay. Well, I wouldn't worry about it, Jongin, because it'll all be archived and everything, so it's okay. You want to be immortalized in the chat. Well, I can't help you there. I do recommend you get some sleep. I will say that's been the great thing about being technically unemployed, is that I've been able to get the amount of sleep that my body actually wants, as opposed to the amount of sleep I give myself so that I can fit everything that I want to do in. Which for me is seemingly around 8 to 10 hours, which is ridiculous. But I'm finding if I don't get that amount of sleep, I am super low energy. Like, I don't have the effort. I don't have the energy to, like, go to work, go to gym, do social things, and do shit like this. Like, I don't know how anyone does it. And it's only downhill from here because I'm getting older. Is there a way to check how many Alpheims you've done in Bayo 1? I don't believe so, to be honest. This game is not great with that. Because you can go through and maybe check your results in the results screen and it will tell you which ones you haven't done, but there's no way of really tracking which Alpheims you haven't done. Did I get far in that world building game? Oh buddy. Parties every single day with copious amounts of drinking. I can't even do that. As much as I hate this whole idea that, you know, the people are, you know, two sides of the same coin, and like, you know, you're either an extrovert who thrives off of social interaction or you're an introvert who is drained by social interaction. Like, I really hate that sort of bullshit. But so last week I basically had every single day filled in with social things, and I love all these people, but my god, I just need a day where I'm at home by myself and doing shit which I want to do, which generally for me means falling asleep to YouTube on the couch. Sometimes playing a video game, whether it's streamed or not. Like, social interactions are draining, man, and drinking alongside it is just just, nah. I like... So for me, like, I like social interactions. They can be draining. But it depends on the number of people and who you're with. Like, if you're in a party with people you barely know and you have to make conversation, like, basically where you have to make a real, like, concerted effort to be another person, that shit's hard. Wanting sleep doesn't make me an introvert. No, I don't think... Hopefully I haven't conflated, like, expressed that those things are conflated. I do wonder, like... social media poisoning is a problem, basically. I do wonder, basically, whether it's normal for me to want more than 8 hours of sleep, because I'm supposed to be able to work properly on, like, maybe 4. But yes, it has been very nice, technically, not having to worry about going to work and everything, and just being able to live how I want to do. Which is sometimes, you know, staying up until 3 in the morning playing video games, and sometimes waking up super early, but, you know, getting the amount of sleep which I need, which is about 8 hours. I can't really do that when I'm working, because... I don't know, just through bad habit, I tend to go to sleep at around about 12 and I have to wake up at 6, so it's bad. I don't know. I'm an adult, but I don't think I've figured out how to adult effectively. Essentially. I was not ready for that. I'm not ready for this fight. So, going back to Bayo 3, I haven't really, like, this is possibly very preemptive, right? Like, I'm only, what, like a quarter of the way through the game or something, and sometimes the game feels okay. Sometimes it feels alright, from what I remember. But most of the time, it's just like, ugh, I don't know what I'm doing, and it's horrible, and, I suppose, like, for me, it's very overwhelming playing that game because there's just so much shit going on, and sometimes I love that. I love having all the options available to me all at once and knowing what I can do with all of those things. But for some reason, Bayo 3 is extremely overwhelming to me. So there's that. So sometimes the game feels good to play. Like, sometimes it all just meshes together and you understand how everything works, and it feels good to play. And And I would say all three Bayonetta games, like, you know, key Bayonetta games here, not offshoots or whatever, feel good to play in some way. But there seems to have been a lot of, like, I don't know, like, changes which I don't necessarily agree with. The game doesn't even bring you to the side for a tutorial. Maybe in some ways that's a good thing, I think. Confluence of a million things in Bayo 3 that just makes it feel confusing and messy in an unpleasing way a significant portion of the time. That to me is kind of the feel I've got at the moment. Like, I just remember the last major time I streamed, I opened up with, what are they called there? Nilfheims or something? The extra chapters, basically. And it was that one where the terrain was basically just sucking you in. And up until that point, you have never encountered that before. And the answer to that, like everything else in some times, is just debate which time, which ended up being quite annoying in that game. In that particular chapter, like that left a particularly, like, it's immortalized on my freaking channel, right? I got pretty fucking salty at that Nilfheim. So that is what I would like. I would love to see how you're supposed to do that. Summon the train demon, spam the shoot button. So this is possibly where the game makes me feel dumb, basically, right? Like, all the times when you have to unlock a chest or whatever those chests, you know, the one where you have to follow a trail to, like, those puzzle chests, right? The ones which are divided into 5 or 6 things. The fact that there's like a problem-solving element to that as well, that involves, okay, I have to think about which weapon is able to help me to do this. It makes me feel dumb. And that's not really what you want when you play a video game. Like I know I have to think to some degree when I play a game, and I am not unintelligent, right? And yeah, that's exactly what you would say when you are dumb, right? Is you say, I'm not a dumb person, but it's just such a unusual way of doing it in a game which already has 2 predecessors, right? So there's a certain like precedent being set in how you're expecting the game to play. So this game introduced a lot of Bayo 3 has introduced a whole lot of new concepts to this game which I'm not expecting from a Bayonetta game, which is crap, basically. And I know I said I was going to try to you know, you should be able to evaluate the game on its own merits without any sort of, like, you know, previous impressions from previous games, because I made that problem with Bayo 2. The problem with Bayo 2 is that it very much was presenting itself like Bayo 1, so it was very much presenting itself like Bayonetta 1, so the expectation that it would be very similar to Bayo 1 was not necessarily unfounded, whereas Bayo 3 has very definitely broken away from that look and feel and vibe and everything, and said, Bayo 3 is its own thing. So there's that going for it, I guess. So there's this kind of like this contradiction of, I kind of expected it to be like a Bayonetta game, but at the same time, I know it's not going to be because it's not presenting itself like a Bayonetta game. So that leads into the whole, okay, so it's its own game, it's got its own sort of like new sort of problems to solve. The way in which the game communicates those things to the player, I don't think has been done particularly well. Like a lot of the stuff in Bayo 2, you could very much rely on existing knowledge from Bayo 1, and you can kind of, like, you know, we all would love to shit on Umbra and Climax, right? But Umbra and Climax, for what it was, fit pretty well. Like, it could definitely have been implemented a little bit better, but it definitely fit within, like, the expectation of how a Bayonetta game worked. Bayo 3 appears to be, at the same time, incredibly difficult, but also stupidly easy sometimes. getting pure plat in 3 is so painfully boring and easy, which is real interesting. So I've been seeing this effect, well, I've been seeing this comment a lot during the streams, is that, you know, Bayo 3 has taken a lot of elements from Astral Chain, which I never played. It didn't appeal to me as a game, so I didn't want to basically bother with it. And because of that, it makes me feel like I would not even enjoy, Astral Chain, because my impression of it from Bayo 2 has not been particularly good. So yeah, like, the game throws a lot at you. I don't think it really explains those things too well. Chapters didn't keep you engaged. Those are really fucking long. I think I commented about it during the stream, like, you know, one of those chapters, which I'm assuming includes like the exploration time, is in time in between fights, is like over an hour. Like, what the hell? Having a tough time deciding if I like 3 or not. It has good stuff going for it, but there's also a plethora of tiny things that just add it to a frustrating experience. Chapters are around 1 hour long, which sucks for replay value. Yeah, like... And then sometime, like... Do you guys remember the... There was one of those time reversal objects that you're meant to use to reach something as Cereza, and apparently I just did it without using it. Like, that seemed weird. 3 doesn't have any standout chapters to me. My impression so far is I agree. Like, even the boss fights don't seem too interesting, to be honest. Like, the one where you're fighting some big boy and you're switching between 2 different Bayonettas. Is it 2 different Bayonettas or just 2 different demons? That's probably the most memorable thing that I have so far, but that is possibly because that was the last thing I played. Right. It appears a lot of people have lots of words about Bayo 3, which, you know, you're all still waiting for my words about it, but there's my sort of mid-break opinion on the game, which is, it's a bit of a mixed bag, and I was trying to get into this. I haven't actually seen too many, I guess, combo videos from Bayo 3 yet. Yes, you did. Someone did mention this now. Bayo 3 combo videos have all been a bit lame to watch, in your opinion. Yes, I'm sorry. Just reminding everyone we have to all mentally add, in my opinion, on anything anyone says here. Most of the criticisms people mount against Bayo 3 are all in Bayo 1 and are worse. People just completely forgot how Bayo 1 actually was. Huh. What do you mean by that? That's the annoying thing is I can't keep up with the chat. People will be talking too much here. Still think people need time to lab the hell out of Bayo 3. Also, don't understand why Bayo 1 is the only game in the series to restrict your wish time usage. I mean, that still is a fair point, I think. I guess that's why in Bayo 2 people thought it fixed it, because it didn't remove wish time. I think people saying that there needs to be more time labbing with Bayo 3. I don't feel like that's a valid thing anymore because it's been, 3 months nearly since the game came out. But to be completely fair, I have not been keeping up to date with this stuff. That is one thing which I completely forgot about, is the number of large enemies in Bayo 3 is really not to my liking. Large enemies in 3 were designed for massive kaiju battles. Most definitely. Like, that was basically, like, it appears to have been taken from the remains of whatever that game was that they were going to develop with Microsoft. What was it called again? Scalebound. That's the one. Yes. I'm not huge on the design for the enemies in Bayo 3. They all kind of have a lot of the same elements, which, I don't know, could you say that about the enemies in Bayo 1 and 2? I feel like there was a lot of variety in enemies in 1 and 2, whereas in Bayo 3, my impression so far is they've got a couple of different elements which they all kind of have to have, or they all tend to have, and that makes them very samey to me. Bayo 3 needed a powerful platform. I don't think I encountered any problems with the Switch so far. I'm sure it would look better if it was on a more powerful platform. Bayo 3 was supposed to be open world and then changed. Which one's Demon Slave again? Like, I forget which it is. There's like Wink Slave and there's the other thing as well. There's like a lot going on. Is JP live tweeting his playthrough? Because I need to look at this. So there's a lot. This is kind of goes on into. There's too many things going on in Bayo 3. Like all the different abilities that involve controlling your demon. They have different names, but I cannot, for the life of me, remember what any of them are. Wing Slave is the one I like to use because it's a very obvious, oh, there's that little flash, press the button. The other one, which I haven't used yet, is that, oh, instead of dodging, summon your demon instead. There's a lot going on here. Assault Slave, which I don't remember which one it is a ported thing from Astral Chain. It's really weird since it competes with which time you've been trying to get both of you really hard. There is a counter move as well, apparently. But yeah, all these different abilities that you're able to do with your demon, I cannot tell the difference between them. And it kind of just becomes that assault on your senses, so to speak, in terms of what you are able to do. There's a lot going on in the game, and it's just, yeah, it goes down to what I said earlier about it being overwhelming. The game's overwhelming. Oh gosh. Just call them Demon Finisher and Demon Parry. Yeah, I do think JP had a valid point in wondering why the hell you'd call these abilities anything to do with Slave. Especially given the vibe I've gotten from Bayo 3 characterization is that she's not really going for that. Well, I don't get dominatrix stuff from that. I'm assuming that's the entire reason why they chose that word is because they're leaning into the whole Bayonetta is a dom thing. I don't really get that feeling from that game. I haven't even seen demons being enraged yet. Like, I've seen the accessory that stops it from happening, and it's like, oh, that's a thing, cool. Haven't even had that yet. Or at least I haven't noticed it yet. All of Bayo 3 was a pretty good game, but I don't feel it's the most amazing sequel. Look, there's a lot of things to say about it, and I think there's no problem with having a lot of things to say about it. It seems like a perfectly solid game. It's just like there's a lot going on. I do think it's really shit how there's not a proper training room. Like, why is there no training room yet? Why haven't Platinum Games figured out how to make a good training room? Did we not count Nia? Because Nia had a pretty good training mode, didn't it? Or it had a debug mode, which actually was pretty good. Like, because you could summon any enemy. And And they technically did develop it. Bugger me. Oh, that's a shame. Just whoa! You just sort of let your. I mean, that's not bad. Like getting halfway through verse 3 of Angel Slayer for the first time since playing this since whenever. Not too bad. Yeah. Viola feels like there's something promising there, but I haven't been able to play too much with her, and sometimes the Nilfheims really make it evident that you shouldn't play this Nilfheim with Viola. Like, it gives you the option to do it, but you probably shouldn't. Something you say, Zeke, about not using the holding of your kick and punch stuff. I swear I'm not doing it, but sometimes it does it. Like her, yeah, like I don't know what the hell you call it, but I'm not. My intent is not to hold down a punch or a kick, but it comes out as a held down punch and kick, which is really annoying. Like the timing is just completely weird. So, I think maybe people would have seen it on Twitter. I was thinking that when I reinstalled my computer that my saves wouldn't be backed up or whatever on the cloud, so I'd have to start a new file. Apparently I didn't have to, which was really unexpected. So, that's a shame. Viola's just so unfun sometimes. I'm not even sure how I feel about Viola in terms of her use in cutscenes. Like, she's obviously meant to be like a Luca kind of stand-in, which I have a suspicion about their relationship, but I'm not gonna, like, don't spoil this, folks. Like, I have a suspicion as to why that is, but I'm not sure I really fully dig it, to be honest. Like, how old is she supposed to be? Like, 17 or something? I mean, like, where she's young enough and she can be dumb enough. Viola would be more tolerable if a parry was like the move Mahakala by default. What? 3 finally introduced an explanation for dodge offset that the player will actually see, yet fails to have an explanation for Viola's entirely different method of dodge offset. What? Don't think she's that compelling a character, she's goofy. was it someone was saying in the fucking comments of one of the videos? How I was complaining about something and it turns out you actually can do something, but I swear to God I couldn't do it. Right. I was playing around with the fans at the end of the last stream, and I was trying to charge offset with them, and it didn't seem like you could. Apparently you can? It's like, can someone please verify this? Because I swear to God, I was playing... Well, I assume I have a... There's a certain assumption about how, you know, offsetting a charge attack works in this game, and I did not get that working. Why does Shiraba not have an aerial Tetsu? I guess this is one of those things which... those differences that you get in certain weapons. Anyway, that was my stream. That was just to test things out. As you can see, there's some things need to be tweaked, because I'm pretty sure this text is way too small. And I need to change like the background color for it or something, potentially. I'm not super sure. Playing Bayo 3 has been a draining experience. I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. Like, it's very tiny. So I did tweak it after starting the stream, but I guess it doesn't take that unless I stop and start the stream or whatever. Is that what they're called? Like, what are the fans called? They're just like reskinned Rexhaza, right? Is it actually called Simoon? Because I thought maybe people were referring to someone in the chat. They actually are called Simoon. That's another thing I don't like in that game. Just while we're listing off things so far, and I haven't even finished the game. The names of everything in Bayo 3, not huge on. Not huge on the names. Like, was it Dead Something Express, the name for the fucking train? And some of the other things, like some of the, just the naming for everything is... And what was it? G-Pillar? I don't like the name G-Pillar. That's fucking awful. Hate it. What's my opinion on Ribbit Libido? Sorry, what is that? Is that actually the name of something? Is that like the weapon that's got to do with the frog? I don't think I've unlocked that yet. Thanks, guys. Anyway, yeah, like I'm not gonna be too precious about the fucking... Oh, the mic. That fucking thing is called whatever the hell you guys said. I don't even remember. It's not very memorable. Fuck. Like, no, we have unlocked the mic. It's okay. I've unlocked the mic. Ribbit Libido. Rivet Libido is an awful fucking name. I also think, like, the sound clips for the mic, I played around with them very briefly, were really, really lame. Like, super lame. And I don't know whether this is a, like... Fuck, I can't even remember the voice actor's name anymore. not Helena Taylor voice actor. Maybe she can't quite sell it. I just don't buy. I don't buy. I don't buy the like. There's not. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of conviction in those voice clips. Jennifer Hale, thank you. Yeah, I feel like the way, like, potentially that's a voice actor thing, potentially that's a director thing, because as we know, Jennifer Hale is like a damn good voice actor. She can be. Think it's not very good. The voice acting for that weapon. Hale can't do European accents, English or French. American trying to be British. Like overall, like the performance is fine, but there's certain voice clips which I just don't feel she sold very well. And it's a shame, right? Because that whole thing happened, right? Like I said at the time when we were in the fucking eye of the storm. This is going to be really interesting to look back on when we look back at 5 years time, retrospective of Bayonetta 3, and remember, oh yeah, remember how what's her face lied? Remember how she lied and tried to get people to boycott Bayonetta 3? That was great. Sounds like she's in pain during battle. Were there no proper English women even considered for refilling Taylor's roles? I don't know. Like, there's surely like a bigger collection of voice actors available rather than just like what feels like the half dozen that people normally use in most games. I mean, I will say one thing about Bayo 3 is I do kind of actually enjoy the side chapters with Jean, like the weird side scroller things. Like, I'm not very good at them, but for some reason it feels different in that, right? Like, I'm not doing very well in those chapters, but I don't feel like I'm dumb, right? I don't feel like I'm dumb for not being very good at those sections, because it's one of the things like, oh, okay, once I understand how this stuff all works better, I'll get better at this. I don't get that same feeling from playing the main game. It's that, oh, I'm bad at this and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That's essentially the vibe that I get from Bayo 3. Uh, yeah, well, holy crap. I'm streaming for an hour and a half. I'm gonna take a break. And I'm gonna say I'll see you guys in about 5 hours for some Bayo 3. It's been a while since I played it. But it's good we had a bit of a warm-up here. We had a bit of a warm-up talking about Bayonetta 3. Save it all for 5 hours time if you're gonna be there. If not, I'll see you in the future when you're watching the replay. I do not have it in me to stream for 5 hours and then stream again. Like, energy levels are super not good at the moment. And I should probably go to the gym. Alright. See you, folks. See you later, hopefully. Otherwise, have a good one. Take care.